Very good evening to everybody watching. Thank you for joining us this week for the edition of The Agenda. My name is Toivo Njebela. Tonight on the platform we are joined by David Namalenga. He is the Managing Director of Dinapama Manufacturing Suppliers. It's a clothing and textile manufacturing company here in Windhoek. And Dave has been at the helm of that entity for many years, turning it into what it is today. Thank you very much, Mr. Namalenga. It's always a pleasure talking to you. I hope you're well.
I'm good, David.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
No, strong.
Okay.
Yeah. Congratulations. I suppose it's, we saw the president visited your premises recently. It's not a small thing when a president actually takes time out of their busy schedule to come and observe your operations. What was the nature of the visit, and what are the key messages that came out of that?
Well, we also truly appreciate the visit, and we value it because it is important to be in the calendar of the president to see what the Namibian people are doing out there.
Yeah.
And all of these days we have been observing the president going all over to see what is happening in the country. And to us it's very important that the head of state is able to see so that he have the first-hand information of what is happening in the country that she's running. So we appreciate and we thank the president for that. For us is really just to show what we are able to do and what we are trying to do.
Yeah.
And also just to let her know that we are around and ready to take Namibia to Vision 2030 and to support the NDP 6 and the growth at home strategy. So, and we are determined to ensure that her will and her drive toward economic development is supported. And the employment opportunity are found and created for the people.
Absolutely, absolutely. In what space do companies like yours, we're not talking about Dinapama just alone, but manufacturers in the country, indigenous businesses, are you getting the support that you need? What else do you need for you to actually take the next step? I'm sure there's always room for growth.
Well, there is a room for growth. There is a need for support. I always say the support that you need, it starts with yourself. To what extent do you want to support yourself? Because you are Namibia and Namibia is you. To what extent do you want to support yourself? And why do you think you were born? Why do you think you were born and located into this country? And I think that's what is important. So first, I believe what we need to do for ourselves, more particularly as Namibians, is to understand the importance of our mind, to set the mind into a clear understanding of what Namibia wants. Okay? We are going all over the world, impressed by what we see all over the world, and we come and tell a story. So I ask that we do not come and tell a story, we come to do the do. So we go out there to be exposed. We go out there to find opportunity. We go out there to learn. We go out there to understand. We are saying educate to liberate. When you go on there now that you are educated, and come and liberate economically. So the kind of support that we want is not a support per se, is a facilitation of economic growth. Who do you support when you are in your country? You create opportunity, you create an environment that is conducive for economic growth for yourself, your children, and the future generation. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So Sam Nujoma did not create a support. He fought the war, mobilized the people, ensure that the country is liberated for the people. And he is no more. How do we pay back to him for what he has done for the country? And we have learned it well from a person who fought for the country without being in the country, wanted to liberate the country for the people. And now he's no more. He left us here. We have then the opportunity now to say, you have liberated it politically. Now we must liberate it economically.
Yeah.
And that's what we are saying. So when we continue saying support, people will feel it's just a support.
Yeah.
No, it's not a support. It's a development, it's a creation, is an environmental created to grow the economy for the people. For me and you, the citizen of this country. Yeah. And therefore, let us build the country. Let us build Namibia. Not to support Namibia.
Yeah.
We will support your neighbor. Angola, because we are in the same region. We grow the continent. We grow the region. But you create and grow the economy of your country to join other countries in the continent to create a pool of power, unity, to grow the continent and demonstrate your ability to serve your people.
Yeah.
And that's what we are doing.
Absolutely.
And that's what we want to ask, to say to Namibians, do we know why we exist? Do we know that by nature you cannot operate without another one?
Yes.
Yeah. NTC cannot operate without me. I cannot operate without NTC. This cell phone cannot operate without data, and the data cannot operate without the cell phone.
So it's an ecosystem of codependence,
yes,
if you like.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm asking about this support because there's something that we hear a lot from indigenous businesses, implying that it borders almost on entitlement, that they cannot almost stand on their feet. I mean, you started Dinapama from a backyard, from a garage in Vanaheda, if I remember the history very well, and you grew it into an entity that it is today. And I know that you have a lot of business dealings with the field of private sector players, the ONL deal that you had some years ago and all that. Others, they are saying, no, we need to chase out all these foreigners and it might just be us, and then they don't deliver properly, especially in the construction space where roads are left unfinished, buildings are left in that state. But they still go back and say, no, we need support from the government. How much more support do you need apart from getting the tender and stuff like that? That is really the context.
No, it's a mindset issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mindset issue. If one is saying you feel you are entitled to what? You are already the owner of the country.
Yeah.
So what is the entitlement that you are looking for? You are entitled. You have a country. So you know where you were born.
Yeah. But
I mean, what is happening is truly to say, do you acknowledge that you are a human being?
Yeah.
Do you acknowledge that you are a businessman or a businesswoman? Do you acknowledge that you are a role player? And if yes, you have a role to play. First, opportunity must be made available for people.
Yeah.
In a very competitive manner. And the people must be able to perform to the best of their ability and to meet the requirements that are required for the country to grow. So that's what it is. Now, when you have an opportunity, it is an expectation of citizens of this country that you grab the opportunity and you perform to satisfy the need and the requirement of that particular project. You have to do it because you asked for it.
Yes.
And you were fortunate enough to be given it. Please do your best for the country. And that's why we are saying, if you need the help, and in most cases, we fail because we also just want it for yourself.
Yeah.
If you are given an opportunity, get the others to join you. Create a value out of it. Don't die with it. It is yours, but you need an opportunity there are people that need that opportunity to work with you, either to co-own the project or to work for the project, and they properly compensated for the work that they do. Not all of us are specialized in everything. So when you have a construction project, you need the electrician, you need to get them. You need the builder, you need to get them. You need the plumber, you need to get them. So and they reach an agreement with them. An agreement, a deal is something that two parties agree to say, this is how we are going to work in terms of the quality, in terms of the time, and in terms of, deliverables.
Yeah.
So then you make that clear. So we suffer this syndrome of saying, it is my project and I follow with it. Or we suffer because even when we are looking for work, you are not interested in your work. You are interested in what the work can offer. But how do you get what the work can offer without having done the work?
Exactly. Tell me, Dave, your mentality is also the mind is actually a big thing in business. We have seen people like yourself building businesses from ground up and grow them into entities that they are today. Others, as soon as they get that opportunity, they get the first deposit or whatever for them to start, they go and buy themselves nice things, nice houses and nice Mercedes-Benzes and whatnot. What has been your mentality to build this institution that you are leading today? Do you drive nice cars? Do you have mansions in Dubai and all over?
Look, Dubai is not your country. It's not my country.
Yeah.
The opportunity that I was given is not by Dubai.
Yeah.
I was given it by Namibia. And therefore, the little that I have must be spent here, must go back to the very people.
Yeah.
Because this opportunity was available for many other people also. When it comes to me, I must be able to maximize on it, to impact the livelihood of the people of this country. And therefore, it's important for us to know that it is our country and we need to work for our country.
Yeah.
So, and just like what I said, our mindset must be reset to understand and appreciate that this is a country for the people.
Yeah.
And we need to create opportunity. And that's why I have an interest in really making everybody in this country to understand that even if you are an employee, you are not entitled to salary.
Yes.
Every right is accompanied by duties, obligation, and responsibility. There is no entitlement.
Yeah.
It's balanced. You are entitled when you work. Yeah. You have the right to a fair remuneration.
Yeah.
When you work. You generate the revenue and you enjoy it. Without you generating it, it is not yours. Now, and that's what I'm saying. You need to be extra careful. Do you think the opportunity was given to you to buy a mansion? Do you think the opportunity was given? Do you created an entity because you want a mansion? You were given an opportunity, or you created a company because you want a very expensive car? Is that what you want? Is what you are saying? You created an opportunity because you see a need to provide the solutions to problems that are there. One, Dinapama was created deliberately to ensure that we pick up the pieces that Ramatex have thrown down. That's what we were created for. We also, Ramatex, among reasons that make Ramatex to close down, it was this complaint of contamination of water, international violation, and many other things, and the low wages. Now, we are saying we need to understand that people that work, they work for a purpose.
Yeah.
Your employee work for a purpose. They have their life to look after. And therefore, make them to work. Manage the process. Ensure that they work and they remunerate it accordingly to be able to live a life. I always say, it must be a shame when your employees are not able to live a better life. It is a mirror. That is where you are mirrored to check how are you managing your entity. Do your people receive a fair wage? Do you manage them to grow an entity that they are able to grow gradually in terms of their salary, to acquire and own houses, and they look after their children? That's how you are measured.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
and that is the solution that we want for the country and its people.
Absolutely. So then I like what you said about providing services. That there's a gap that needs to be filled by Dinapama or Namibian Sun where I work or whatever. The need for the hunger for information, the hunger for clothes, the hunger for whatever, and you chip in to provide that solution. In terms of businesses like yours, are there special incentives to help you grow? Because you are also meeting government halfway by saying, look, if you are promising 500,000 jobs, we will, from our part, will provide 50,000 jobs. And someone else does this, someone does that until we reach there. So are you being assisted also to grow in terms of policy and EPZ and all these things?
Look, I hear a lot of meeting government halfway.
Yeah.
The issue here is the government is the people and the people is the government. That's my understanding. We are the government, we are the people. Who are we meeting? We are building the economy of our country. We believe in what is called core determination. We are one. So, and that's why it is our duty to ensure government, the policy speaks to the needs of our country. And that's why sometimes people feel you are with their government, therefore they set the tone and the end. That's where the conflict is coming. Because somebody feels he owns government and somebody feels he is not a part of the government. Government is ours, voted to power by us, to ensure that we are organized and orderly. And that's what it is. So therefore, policies must be developed to speak to the needs of our people in the country. So incentives must look at the impact that each and every enterprise is bringing, or a sector is bringing, and that what is required compared to what is happening in the world. We must be able to go in the world and see what is the world do to ensure that there is economic growth in the country. One thing I would want to say to you, Toivo, and to the Namibian nation, is that on record, Namibia employ only 546,000 people. 500. And the Namibia employs only the employee, people that are called employee, are 462,000. The 546 inclusive of the people that work on their own, that produce and sell individually, apprenticeships that are paid, the people that work for our houses and farms, and the people that are doing prime work that we call today and tomorrow, that made up 546,000 against 1.2 million that supposedly to be employed.
Yeah.
So that the difference between 546 and 1.2 tells you, in fact, the age that are required, that are ready to work, the amount of people are 1.8. So then you take those that are going to tertiary education and vocational training, and then you come to 1.2. And currently, as we speak, our schools, from primary to secondary, have 927,000 learners that are to come in and join. Therefore, it is a requirement of all of us to look for ways, because everything that we have in this country, I mean, the majority, a high percentage of what we are using in this country are being imported. And we are exporting the money that's supposed to create employment opportunity. We're supposed to go internationally and they look for technology, look for support from those people, systems to build our economy, to build our processing plant, to build more job, to take these 660,000 people that are out there without a job. That's the duty that we have. And therefore, it is up to all of us. When I found that there is a need for the policy to be adjusted in terms of import duty, for example, that incentivize the manufacturing sector, people who, we are not, we involve in buying raw material from outside, turning them into a finished product. That process is not a process same to the shop that receive finished good and sell. It's not for an individual who had a briefcase who go and order things from China in thousands and start supplying the police. I mean, that person is robbing the Namibian people an opportunity to participate in the economic stream of the country. And we need to look at that on a serious note.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. To say now, for us to grow, things like taxes. What is your view on corporate tax? Is it too
well? Many people can talk of corporate tax. How many companies are performing to arrive at the corporate tax? So just to arrive there, not many. Go to the statistics. Go to Namibia's statistics agency, and they will give you all the statistics are there. You will be able to see. So the issue here is we do not understand that creating an environment that is conducive for economic growth, create a room for economic growth that support tax, that support disposable income, that people go to the shop, go everywhere, they spend money to generate revenue for the state. So, and that's why government in many occasions chipped in to help with drought and end, because many people have no opportunity. But we rather look at creating an opportunity because we have it, so that the people grow the economy and benefit from their sweat, not just sitting and getting a meal maize meal.
Absolutely. We go for a very short break and return with Dave Namalenga.
Thank you.
Namibia is a land of movement, with waves that never stop reaching forward. Here, adventure is not something we search for. It is something we are born into. In every corner of this country, creativity rises, from artists, from athletes, from dreamers. And when the world comes to explore Namibia, they discover something extraordinary. Because when sport moves people, creativity moves ideas, and tourism moves the world toward us, something powerful happens. A platform where movement meets imagination, where industries connect, where opportunity grows, where Namibia's next chapter begins. Welcome to the Creative Sport Tourism Expo. Exhibit, partner, experience. Creative Sport Tourism.
We are on the agenda with David Namalenga. He is Managing Director of Dinapama Manufacturing and Suppliers. Dave, before the break, you were making very good points there. So just make me understand. Today, a company like yours, the fact that you are an indigenous entity doing the work that you are doing, even if you are not doing the work that you are doing, but the fact of the matter is that you are an indigenous entity. What benefits do you have in terms of policy, state policies and whatnot, compared to your foreign competitors in that space? Just for those of us who do not know really how it works.
I'm not very sure. Because if I was a foreigner and one day I was a foreigner and the other day I was a local indigenous, I would have realized that the benefit is probably the same. Because I was not a foreigner, I cannot tell you that one. But what I know is that we have what we call a retailer charter. A retailer charter deals with what is called local product promotion.
Yes, on the shelves, on the local shelves.
So to say, let us push, and we are even running at the retailer charter council, running for promotions, and the people to win when they prove that they buy a lot of local-made products.
Yes.
So we are promoting what is called local sourcing, local product sourcing. You source the the product that are locally made. So that is advantage. That is really government is pushing in terms of growth at home strategy. That is growth at home strategy speaks to us, the local, the indigenous people of this country. Second, we have what is called enterprise development. It is the wish and the will of government to ensure that the local enterprises are supported by the multinational and the government to grow. Now, what is written and what is happening is not exactly the same thing. But it is also the responsibility of the business personality to behave such that when an opportunity is given, because we must also not just call for the opportunity and then relax without being able to shelf, being able to produce quality product that speaks to the need of the people.
Yeah.
Because we cannot suffocate clients. The client must be given the support necessary product that are going out there. What we need is a tolerance level from the client to say, how do they help us to grow during what is called teething? So that we need. Government must also continue promoting that, but that does not necessarily mean we must lower the standard of the people, of the consumer, just for us to grow. That's not what it is. It says we must be ready to go extra mile as a businessman or women, to go extra mile to ensure that the support that we get as a local is realized. Because the government, the policy says this, our action must speak towards what the policy says.
Yeah. The local businesses, Dave, whether in the space that you operate in or just any other business in our country, must we compete properly with the foreign businesses, or do we say that? So I have a question here. Just give me a minute. It says, so basically, do local companies sometimes rely heavily on protection rather than competition?
Well, the local company can want to rely on protection. But remember, the world is a world.
Yeah.
Protection, you can be given a protection by your father in the house. But when you are outside, who will protect you?
Yeah.
So you would definitely want the protection at home so that you become strong to go outside. That you need. But you must be ready to be strong. Yeah. So protection alone, protectionism is being challenged internationally. Yeah. So, but just like what you said, there must be a threshold in terms of, the amount to say if this tender have so much, up to this threshold must be able to be given to local to grow. But local businesses must also be evaluated to say you have this and you have this. How far did you go?
Yeah.
So that's why your question of saying, do you buy expensive car, do you buy expensive house? The question is, when you focus now on buying expensive house and expensive car, when will you grow the business to be ready for international competition?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we must be able to be created to go out there and bring in the foreign currency in this country.
And I like that point because even the local charter that you spoke about earlier, which is really a good initiative on paper, but the practicalities of that would entail that if you want Dinapama products to be displayed in PEP or Jet store here, that shop also has its own standards to say that, yes, we are happy to do that, but things must really be at this level. You can't put together a shirt with one sleeve looking like this and just say, oh, because you are required.
No, we understand you, Toivo, but the truth is also that Namibian, we cannot just downgrade ourselves truly. We are trying. Namibians are trying to do well. But the issue is, we must also not be subjective. When anything they said is a local made, you want now to do examination, which you cannot do when you go to PEP now and they buy. You will not do that examination, but when you come to Dinapama, you want to do that examination. It's because you want to undermine yourself. So we are saying that if you go to Agra, for example, you go to Volcom Fox and a few others, there are products that are shelved that some client come to us and order, and then they shelve it in those shops. They are there. Those are local shops also. We can start that way.
No, I get that. But remember this, Dave. This, for example, I hear people saying, if I grow cabbage in my backyard here in Windhoek, I can just rock up at ShopRite and say, please stock up with my product. I don't know what was the input. I don't know the quality. The thing was grown with cow dung. Maybe they don't accept those things that were grown with cow dung. There ought to be standards.
Yeah, no, standard is there. I agree with you, and that's why we have what is called enterprise development, meaning the multinational and the shops, retailers that are in this country must be able to identify entities that they can help to grow by giving them their specification, by helping them to do certain things that allow them to arrive at that standard that is required. That willingness must be there. Government must enforce that willingness to be there, to grow, to help. Because wherever they come from, they were also helped. So it is an obligation of the government. And it's my duty as an enterprise to learn and research and find a possible way of standards that are required to ensure that I'm able. And also then follow processes and engage the retailer owners to understand and appreciate how do we get to an agreement and how do I get into their shelf, rather than just pitching up and saying, I come to deliver.
Yeah. There used to be a lot of complaints in the past about, especially in the space that you operate in, people are saying, the uniform for nurses or the police or NDF or whatever. I know that the NDF, they have their own manufacturing company also there now. But has that situation changed? Are you guys now being used to fill some of these gaps?
We are trying, but not to the extent that we want. But there are progress over there. But we need to maximize on those progresses. Yeah, there's just like what I said. Namibia produced for itself truly, probably not 20% for itself. And therefore, the 80% is a lot of percentage.
What is that? What 80% for?
I mean, Namibia produced for itself maybe 20%.
Oh, you mean that?
Or less.
Yeah. So
now, meaning 80% is from somewhere else.
Yeah.
So what if we go for 70%? You will see the economy is changing. You will see the change.
But the 20% is not. It's not a cap. It's just that is what.
No, I'm saying
is what the capacity.
Not the capacity is the opportunity. There are many people who are serious in this country.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if the opportunity is created, we can go to 70%.
Yeah.
Of production, both in terms of vegetable, in terms of clothing, in terms of processing of raw material, in terms of processing of fish, and many others. When government help to get technology that are required, because what is happening in the world nothing was happening before it started happening in the world. So now, why must we discount ourselves for what the world have done and what we can do? What the world did, we can do it ourselves. Yeah. So meaning, when we go outside there, we get other people, business people, to come. Probably own 30% of the entity that we have with an exit strategy.
Yeah.
To say we can work together, you will own 30% in this business, we own 70%, we do this, you transfer the knowledge, just like the Americans and the Chinese. Their federal procurement is go for their people. Yeah. And they are saying if you are doing it, I mean, if you want to access our market, you produce here and you transfer skill here.
Yeah.
So why can't we do that?
So you are saying that because sometimes I look at these things and I'm saying some things can be just changed with a stroke of a pen. If you just amend a word or two in an existing policy, certain things can just happen differently.
Yes, it can. But the bottom line here is our mindset. Yeah. Us, are we ready to spend the time at the factory pushing to ensure we deliver on time? Are we ready to give in a certain percentage of our time to ensure that the economy grows? Or do we demand for everything, every little thing, without us growing and destroy what we have? And those are the issues that we need to discuss. It is not business usual. It is business unusual. Why can't we engage to say, I mean, people, workers, employer, they need to master the work relationship, to understand and appreciate, to say, when you grow the company, your income grows. Last month, and this I'm putting it to you, our team have done a wonderful job at Dinapama. Last month, and if you ask them their pay slip, they were given 50% bonus for the job well done last month, the month of May.
I see.
Yes. And it's really coming of the effort. If we continue employing that effort and grow the economy will start speaking to us. But when we want to drain and put little, it's a question of deposit to withdraw. Otherwise, when you withdraw, you will be told insufficient funds because your demand is more than your input.
Yeah.
And this thing, we need to talk about it. We cannot corner ourselves time and again. The reality here is you will not get water from the stone. And that's the baseline. We need to understand that.
Yeah.
And that requires communication, that requires engagement, that requires comprehensive understanding, that everybody in the country must understand what we want and how we want what we need to want. We can see in the Middle East, you can see certain nations that decide to say, we stand for ourselves.
Yeah. How did, I mean, you are a well-read man also, you follow the history of businesses and development across the world. How do you think countries like China, what do they do differently?
Go to start with Singapore, for example,
Yes.
the smallest and the poorest.
Yes.
It's commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's commitment. You know, if I ask you a question, Toivo, to say, when last did we sit with a cup of tea, talk what to do in the country? When we see each other twice a year or once after 2 years, how can we build the country? Me and you, if we can start that really.
Yeah.
You see, we are neglecting the country.
Yeah.
We are in the business of gossip and business of backbiting and all of this type. But the time is going.
Yeah.
Time is here to ensure we create an economy that speaks to the need of our people. We create shelter, we get the basic of our people right. We are not saying we are living in a classless society. We are saying let us get the basic of the people of this country right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How industries like yours and even the entities like yours preparing for the supposedly looming arrival of these new industries, oil boom, green hydrogen, oil and gas, and all these things?
What is today?
They ought to be today's is 2020. Is May 2020, June 2026.
The date is?
I don't want to say the date because this show is only screening on Sunday. So
Okay.
let's say
Okay. So now now on the 4th
yeah,
of this month,
yeah,
Dinapama received highly sophisticated machine that arrive in Wolfsburg.
wow.
So when last did you visit Dinapama?
A long time ago.
Yeah, so please come and visit
Yeah.
Dinapama and see how sophisticated we are becoming.
Okay. What will be? There will be a game changer there in terms of output and the pace at which
We are getting there,
Yeah.
ready for any industry.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. If it's oil or if it's gas or if anything.
Yeah.
So
Because people need to wear
we are
overalls and all that.
we are getting ready. Come and visit.
Yeah.
See the young Namibians, how we are sending them all over the world.
Yeah.
We send them to South Africa for weeks to learn how to design and the top-notch equipment that we are putting in
Yeah.
to speak to the need and to look at the future
Yeah.
of our country.
Who is your market right now? Who consumes what you produce?
Except you. So, schools
Yeah.
take a bigger portion.
Okay.
We do we do corporate way,
Okay.
not very big, but is upcoming. Workway take up the big part. Workway, school way,
Yeah.
meaning we are moving toward dressing the minds. We are pushing into that area. Workway generally is increasing. School way and then sport way. Sport way is the big market. Like most of the machines that we are coming. South Africa is doing many things for Namibia.
Yes.
So the machine arrive. The machine that arrive for in Walvisbay today will speak to the sport way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So the Namibian sport must now understand that we are local,
Yeah, yeah.
and the local favoring that you were talking about must now start. we are here. We are ready
Yeah.
to do that. So I think we need to prepare ourselves, and that's why I'm saying we don't have the luxury of spending money. Dinapama have never declared dividend to its shareholder.
Uh-huh.
Because we decided and declared right from the beginning that until we grow, because Ramatex employed 10,000 Namibians.
Yes.
We said until we push it to this extent, we will find a threshold where we say, okay, now we have grown and we are able now to because every little penny that is coming out, we reinvest
Yeah, yeah.
to grow and equip the company with the relevant and necessary machinery.
So David Namalenga relies on his salary like any other employee of the institution, or
Sometimes even not.
sometimes not even that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm impressed by that. Going forward, Dave, a lot of people will be watching this. What must happen for us to reach the next stage as a country? It doesn't have to be just in manufacturing. Economically, because we are limping somehow. Businesses are limping, everybody's struggling. The number of people, the number of text messages that you get, I'm sure on your phone today from relatives and friends saying, Dave, please, my brother, assist me. The number of those requests have increased than they were 10 years ago or whatever. We have to pull ourselves out of the ditch. What must happen?
I told you those SMSs are coming from 660,000 people that are unemployed.
Yeah.
I told you that.
Yeah.
So that statistic is there.
Yeah.
You must not be surprised.
Yeah.
The issue here is the only solution, the solution that we have, and which we have, is we must be selfless. Namibians are not selfless. Namibians are selfish.
Yeah.
And that is what is killing this country. So, what I'm simply saying to you is, if you look at any comment in Namibia, most of the comments are negative and they have little understanding of what the story is all about.
Yeah.
They comment unnecessarily, they are agitated just because they don't relax and they start thinking properly and say, this is how we are building a country. You find the person running on a particular point, and only to realize that after 170 people commented, the thing was wrong. And they ran for that. So we must, our mindset must, the current thinking, the current approach thing must change. We must be selfless. The moment we are selfish, the moment that we push to enrich ourselves, we are creating a problem, because the nature of life, the nature of being is that you have a country with people and you need to take people along. There is no way that you drive your car, you make your own tire. No, you cannot manufacture tire. You must go to somebody to give you the tire.
Yeah.
So that is an opportunity. That is called division of labor. We must be able to appreciate others when they grow, when they push. And we must also be able to feel pity for others and help them to grow.
Yeah.
In Namibia, we celebrate failures of people. But in many other countries in the world, people support and pick up each other. And Namibia doesn't have that. If we just get that selflessness mentality, we will grow this country in one day, to tell you. And that is a mindset issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where we used to spend our evening, I don't know. But I'm asking all of us to start spending an evening with friends that are positive. Because negativity is too much in this country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Dave, thank you, my brother.
Thank you, my man. Thank
you. That is David Namalenga. He is the MD of Dinapama Manufacturing and Suppliers. We were tapping from his wisdom as a veteran businessman who has grown that entity from literally nothing, and what the rest of us can do to achieve the same. Thank you for watching.